not into that sort of the idea of the elite sort of underground setup. I think we've never been into that in any band that we've been in. It's always been a case where if you can actually get it through to a majority of people what you're doing and they like it, it can only be a good thing. If you're pleased with what you're doing and you're not compromising. I think that's part of the motivation for doing it. Always trying to attain that perfect song, if you like. Something that really you feel completely satisfied with, and that never really exists, which keeps you going.
Against nature is part of nature too.
Sometimes you do get asked what was the inspiration behind this, and that's really strange because it's not something often it's very difficult to explain that literally what was the inspiration. Whereas it was something, it's often the case when you're writing, when you don't actually, when you start, know what you're writing about. It's just words, and then by the time the end of the song is finished, it's a completely different thing from the original idea. So I can't help feeling that's got to be the subconscious working. For example, I mean, I like riding motorcycles, and when I actually am riding them, I am quite different to, say, as I am now. There's something that happens to you, but it's something that's important to me. I think it just depends on what you get off on. I mean, to me, I find it very therapeutic. I think if I haven't, like ridden around, for a couple of months, I go crazy. I just have to go out there and blow the cobwebs away once in a while, as often as possible. So, it's like in England, but as soon as the sun's out, it isn't raining. I like to go for a ride if we're not busy. It's just a bit of fun, really, at the end of the day, it's just like something... I've wanted to write a song like that for a long time, but never really got it together. I remember Chris Spedding came out with a good song, I think it's called Motorbike, and that was great. It's just like, I think for us, it's a case of lightening up, because a lot of our things in the past have been very introspective, very sort of, what's it all about, Alfie type of questions, And it's a case of just lightening up and actually, it's quite a challenge just to write a simple rock and roll song, if you like, which is how that came about, those particular tracks, particularly the first half of the thing. Imagine in the 50s when it started with things like Little Richard and Gene Vincent and Elvis Presley, etc. It must have been mind-blowing to hear that snare drum sound with the echo on it and that outrageous echo on the vocals and things like that, considering what went before that. Whereas now we've heard all of that and it all seems to be different. At the moment it's all different types of music coming together, different types of rock and roll, if you like, So it's becoming harder and harder to be original. With our record company in England, Beggars Banquet, and also with RCA over here, there isn't really that big commercial pressure. They do let us do exactly what we want to, and we've been lucky enough to always be in that situation for the last so many years. So there was a time, I think about 6-9 months into the band, where we didn't really know where we were going. There was like that little area, but we sort of got that sorted out within a week. There was one particular track where it could have become very commercial but also incredibly bland, and or we could have gone the other way, and we weren't really sure where we were going, but it only lasted for about a week, thank God. Because at the end of the day, if you do music, it's very boring. It doesn't really matter, I don't think, in all honesty, if you get lots of money for doing boring music. It doesn't mean anything, really. It's totally pointless, and it's just prostituting itself.
Well, usually we go away and work on songs on our own. Like Danny will work on something, I'll work on something, bring it to the band, and then we just kick it around until it's Love and Rocket shaped. And then Kevin he always adds his own inimitable touch with his drumming and his sampling extravaganza. It's sometimes more inspiring to come across music that you hate because you just feel like doing something that's worthwhile, you know. So that can be more of an inspiration. If you turn on the telly and Top of the Pops is on, and it's just the usual load of rubbish, and you think, well, you know, you feel like going and doing something that's valid.
I don't think you can actually foresee that. That's the whole beauty of music anyway, no matter what style of music it is. The beauty of any art form, that you don't really know where it's going to go. It doesn't really belong to anybody. So, which is a great thing, it's very exciting. It's a journey that continues forever, I think, as far as music goes, musical sound.